Today is a magical day. Hey, magical day to you. Let's turn the light off and let's feel that magic. Creating a magical world. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm not sure that I have a style. I call it the feral style. It means I don't obey the rules or I don't have any rules. Somebody commented on my YouTube channel and said that they thought I was slightly autistic, and I've never thought about that before. I thought, am I? Am I slightly autistic? Is this why I never fit in? Is this why I've suffered so much? I don't know. I've never been diagnosed with any sort of autism. But I think that there are pieces of ourselves scattered around, lost pieces of ourselves, especially our magical inner child. And if your magical inner child was kind of cut from you or like stolen from you because some jerk showed you that you should protect that piece of yourself at all costs, and so you took that magical, happy, beautiful, shiny, giggly, cartwheel, flips, loves everyone, wants to everyone to love them back, and put them in a cave to protect them, then yes, we're not all together. There's pieces of ourselves we've left because we had to figure out when it was okay to let that inner child back out. When is it going to be safe for us to finally feel like we are worthy of being loved from this world, from God, our mommy, daddy, everyone, especially if you've been traumatized, or what I love Harry Potter says, petrified. And this petrification, what it does is it keeps us in a state of a hardening of our hearts, in a sense. Psychologists likes to say, well, if you're narcissistic, judgmental, hateful, hypocritical, shameful, whatever, that you're, evil. But I would like to say that if any of those people were traumatized by parents, who really, really showed them that they were worthless or whatever in a traumatic way, that hate, judgmentalness, hypocrisy, even narcissism is a protection. Because if we hate the world and hate you and hate each other, then you can't love me. You don't get to know me, therefore you don't judge me. You don't get to see how silly I am, how crazy I am, how fun I am, how joyful, how spontaneous, how magical I am, because I've been shown, and many of us have been shown in this world, that it's not okay to let that child out, because people look at you and see the worst. We come from a world where people always see the worst in each other. And the reason we do this is because we've all been hurt. So when we tear down those walls because it's okay to love each other again, that little magical child goes, can I come out now? Damn, it's been a long time. Can I do cartwheels, and can we have a life-size Candyland game, and can we make lollipops, and can we do some magical things and love each other and look at each other in each other's eyes and say, damn, I love you. Never met you before, but let's dance, let's talk, let's be best friends, let's be best friends just for today, and let that magical person really play And that's the vibe I get today. So I'm excited to bring this vibe forward for you as we tap into the energy of Carolyn in our first reading today. So I always get a vibe before I do a reading, and Spirit shows me, maybe I'll bring you a teddy bear, or maybe a crystal, or maybe a wand, or maybe a hat. And today, Spirit brought me some silly things to awaken the inner child within you. And to be the mommy that says, hey guys, come on out. I got something magical to show you. And it's the first day of winter and it's snowing and you don't have to go to school. And I made you some hot chocolate and we're going to have some cookies and we're going to make a tent with a blanket and we're going to hide from the world and laugh. And you get so happy. And that's what I want to do for you and Carolyn today. So Carolyn, if you're here, hello, Queen Karma. You guys, please follow my moderator, Queen Karma. I love her, and I want you to love her too. Let's see here. Yes, happy Friday. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Everybody say hello to Carolyn. Carolyn, if you're here, just say I'm here in capital letters, and then we will begin with our magic. And magic isn't about spells and curses. It's really about knowing how to tap into your double self and create something out of nothing. It's like the never-ending story. You have a grain of golden sand, and it's enough to create a whole world through your magical, creative self. If you're new here, my name is Mary Moses. I'm an oracle. I do an ancient art form called scrying. Scrying was the original form of scripture. It came in the form of symbology, mostly. But it also comes in the form of sacred geometry and numerology. I use the Holy Spirit, my higher self, my double self, my rebirth self, to move through my body and to speak to your higher self. We often connect with ascended masters. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, we spoke to King Solomon. And we basically look at your life and where you are and where we are as far as the energy of the world going on individually and collectively. Sometimes deceased loved ones step forward. Sometimes they don't. It just all depends on what spirit wants you to hear this day. And every reading changes. So welcome if you feel led to be here, you may hear a message for you. That's the way divine timing works. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not meant for you. But I love doing it. I love being an oracle, and I love having a passion and sharing the passion with you guys. And you guys have taught me so much as well, because the blueprint of your soul teaches me. You get a reading by going to forestfairy.com. Now, I do one free reading a day. You can take your chance to see if divine timing picks you or not. Or you can order, and I have 5 different options for you to choose from. There is a 7-day, I believe, maybe 8-day wait time currently. Does anybody see Carolyn? Let me see. Hello from Idaho. Thank you. I love you. All right, I don't see Carolyn. We are on a little early for her. And just to let you guys know that this reading will be posted on my YouTube channel, Mary Moses Art. Please follow me. And if you do decide you want to take your chance on a free reading, you must follow me as well. on TikTok. I have my hot tea. I put a little chocolate in it. So Carolyn, if you're here, just say I'm here, and we will begin with a special little magical thing that Spirit wants to show you in our ascension process. Tapping into our inner child that was told to shut up. Our inner child that was told to behave. Our inner child that was told that our ideas weren't true or correct. But I think that there is, out of the mouth of babes, to become an oracle, you have to have the mouth of the babe. And how do you have the mouth of the babe? You have to be so healed of your past that you're nothing but a baby again. And out of the mouth of babes comes the voice of God. Oh, is Carolyn here now? Okay, thank you so much for helping me with that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin. So this is what Spirit brought for Carolyn. This is a looking glass. Once upon a time, there was a bird who was thirsty. And God made it rain. Magical waters, ancient truths. You drink it, you have 88% water in your brain. How do you know that the water isn't full of frequency, memory, and could even talk to you? We live on a planet that is made up of 75% water, mostly water. And so is your body. How do we know that ascended masters aren't simply water talking to us? Maybe elements of the earth, like a tree, or a frequency, or a rainbow, or a planet, or a flower, has the ability to bounce their consciousness into things that can get into our body and our heart and awakens us. And the pretty little bird was about to drink the water, and God said, "Oh, no, not yet. Your mommy wants to make it magical for you. So just give me a second." This is edible glitter. You can eat it. It's gold. I'll put it in like this. And we're going to stir it like this. And now it's magical. Now, look into the looking glass and tell me what you see. It swirls around. It can talk to you. You can drink it. It'll probably make your poop sparkly. It's called edible dust, shimmer, powder, gold. And it swirls and it sparkles and you can drink it. It doesn't change the flavor of the water. It just makes it magical. And so, when we drink of the Holy Grail, we are drinking ancient truths with the ancient water of God, the golden age of Aquarius. So Spirit brought a Christmas tree. Anise star is an antiviral. And there are many elements in nature. Pine needle helps you with cough. It's a natural expectorant. And I have a whole box of herbs here of anise star, pine needles, cloves, natural healing abilities. You can put it in your tea. You can put it in your water. You can make things magical. You can turn water into wine. You can take beeswax and olive oil and put Himalayan sea salt on it and make a Himalayan sea salt lip balm. Himalayan sea salt has 84 minerals. You can, let me get my flashlight, turn the light off, wear a glow-in-the-dark necklace so when you go out in the sun, it makes your heart glow. And everybody looks at your glow-in-the-dark necklace and says, that is so dang magical. And they start wanting to be magical too. So the message for Carolyn today is let your little magical self out of the cave. Did you know Anastar is a natural antiviral? It's a remedy for colds. It was the #1 ingredient for the swine flu. Pine needles help with chest congestion and is a natural expectorant that is high in vitamin C. And these are free things you can get from nature. Walk outside and it becomes a magical world. All right? Meditation? Oh, Carolyn, would you like a rose sticker on your art? Would you like mushrooms? Would you like a sunflower? Or would you like one of these cute rabbits? These rabbits are 3D rabbits. They're like puffy. You get to pick one. Oh, you love the rabbits too, Queen Karma? Me too. I'm not seeing Carolyn. I thought somebody said Carolyn was here. Oh boy, we went ahead and did the fountain and everything. I guess she's going to have to watch it later. I thought she was here. No? Oh no. Darn. I wonder if she was supposed to be on YouTube or something. Oh no. Okay. Let me click out of here and find out where she is. She has to be here. There probably is a time difference, but I just got off the phone with her and told her that I would see her here in a minute. And that was like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I haven't started drawing or scrying yet. Yeah. All right, let me go. Let me see. She should be here. It's almost 3 o'clock. Divine timing is on time. Thank you, Queen Karma. You know what's so funny? Oh, you did see a Carolyn join the live. Oh, okay, I got you. You're late, says Frodo. A wizard is never late, Frodo. A wizard is always on time. And I love that, don't you guys? Everything is always on time. Even though sometimes we're just like, alrighty, come on now. Hello, Donna. I'm glad that you're here today. Thanks for the flowers, Queen Karma. I love that. Hey, you guys, make sure to turn your Wi-Fi off, please. Because I'm live. I'll close the door. Let me text her real quick. And yeah, you're working on crystal earrings while you get started. Thank you. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go text her and tell her I'm live on TikTok right now. I'll be right back. You're so welcome. Let's go over everything that we just kind of talked about. I'll give my introductions again. My name is Mary Moses. I am an oracle. I've been doing an ancient art technique called scrying for the last 4 years on TikTok and overall maybe 15, 16, 17 years. I don't know. Been doing it for a while. It fell upon my lap by accident. And okay, so Carolyn says that she is here. She's just not able to comment for whatever reason, so that's okay. And you can rewatch this, Carolyn. And I'm going to go ahead and choose something for you. I'm going to choose a beautiful rose for you. It's catching my eye. I'm going to put that right up here. And if you want a bunny rabbit sticker, we can put one there later, okay? I love stickers. And so, tapping into the magic heart, the heart of a child. Let us do a meditation. All right, Carolyn, I'm going to begin tapping into your energy. I want to thank Spirit and any other spirits who want to connect with Carolyn today. Thank you for this sacred space. We're going to see Carolyn where she is and where she is going. And I'm going to hear a song in my head. And I will sing the song, whatever words come in the song. Not every word is meant for you, but there is a lyric, I'm sure, that usually comes forward that is for you. So see what resonates for you, and we will go ahead and begin. Bust a flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I'm feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down right before it rained and thumbed us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon and my dirty red bandana. I was playing it soft while Bobby played the blues. Windshield wipers, turpentine eyes, holding Bobby's in mine. We sang every song that Jeriva knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. And nothing, well, that's all that Bobby left me. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. There we go. I don't know why Bobby McGee came into my head. It does say waiting for a train, and trains are very significant. So, let us look. You have a mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, something, two energies coming forward. Spirit guides, spirits. You are, just give me a second. Okay. There's a baby. Um, okay. So, from your hand, you're holding something, I'm not sure what that is yet. It looks like E equals MC squared, which is gravity. And something's happening where there's a bridge from this baby. It turns into a almost like a DNA, but it's a bridge, and it goes from the baby to you. And there's thousands of people, thousands and thousands and thousands of souls walking toward us. And just give me a second. There's so many energies coming at me that I'm having a hard time. There's this egg, this golden egg, this beautiful, this is you holding this golden egg, and there's the threefold flame here. This is the symbol of the Holy Spirit, the threefold flame. And I think that I get this feeling that we were all in a boat and we've been sorted and we've been led into a new place, and we're not in the same place anymore, but for some reason we didn't come alone. It's like, let me show you what this looks like. So this is going to be a very intricate piece, Carolyn, so I hope you have time. It's going to take a minute. So here's this woman looking into this star, okay? And she's seated with bare feet behind her. And she's looking into this. We have entered a new world. This star. But we're not fully through it. We're only a little bit through it. It's missing this part and that part, but so, the rose is an alchemical symbol of the perfection of the soul. And so, when I see these females looking into the star and they have the rose as their hair, this is people who have been ready and kept their light lit for something extraordinary, and they've been waiting a while, like you've been waiting for this to happen, and it's finally going to happen. There's people sitting here like waiting for the return of the sun, and it is here. And the center of the rose, I'm just going to say something here. They say that we're going through a photon belt that occurs every 11,000 years. But I don't see it as that. I see it as an invisible star that we cannot see. And Emma Yaw is known as Sirius C, the invisible star. She is the invisible mother. You can't see her, right? But you do have, I believe these are relatives of yours coming forward to talk to you about this rebirth. It could also apply to your physical life. But I've for the longest time, I've been seeing everyone in a boat. And now I'm not seeing a boat. I see that we have landed somewhere. And I see a horse, and the horse is made up of thousands of souls with its hair flying out, and it's running, and it's giving us this land, this place, and all of these souls are a reaction of this star system that's coming into our world. So this is a wall. And there is So I'm going to show you this. So there are these angels, and they basically have their arms up, and they're like, you shall not pass. there's people who aren't part of this world. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But let's just go ahead and bring out everything. These are keepers of the flame, keepers of the light. These are people who have turned into their rainbow light body. They have become invisible. And they bow down to truth and life, not death. Because it is you, it is me. We are each other. And the keepers of the flame, it's like the Titanic where somebody's saying, I'm a woman and I have a baby, let me on the boat. So this is a boat. You're on the boat. All the souls are trying to get in the boat. But some people aren't allowed. And it's like the Titanic. Can the baby get on the boat? Can I get on the boat? This is the boat. You have doubled yourself. You have a higher self. I thought it wasn't the boat. It is. But you're not the only one. I don't know how it works, but you are going to go through a star while we're in this metaphorical boat. We are in the year of the white rabbit. It's the white water rabbit. And out of, I don't know how to bring all this out. I mean, there are literally thousands of beings of light wearing cloaks. And they are all male and female, blowing horns. So happy to be going to a place of redemption. There's white rabbits everywhere. It's a place where people have made their souls as white as snow. And they are going to a new land and a new place. And not everyone can come. So let's look in this area here. Lately, I've been seeing owls, and some of the owls reflect Molech. Molech is the world, the underworld, the world of child sacrifice. But the owl doesn't always reflect Molech. But this man I guess he was bearded here. But anyway, he is, but he isn't. This is some man. And this person has a demon on their head of sorts. And a symbol of the demons that we know of, like the horned being and like that, and the beard and that. See, there are people, religious people, who think they follow life energy and they actually follow death, and they don't even know it because they don't know that their actions are a prayer. And so it doesn't matter what they say. It really doesn't matter. They could say, I love Jesus all day long, but they won't be allowed on the boat because they actually follow death. And they could be somebody who goes to church every Sunday. And they will, the eyes of God have closed to them because they don't hear the voice of life and truth. So, there's a group of people that make a crown. and I don't know how to explain this, but okay, so this group of people, they have a higher self on their head like a Christmas tree, and they are like soldiers on this crown. And if you're part of this crown, let me go ahead and just create it. I don't know how to explain it. Once I'm done showing you what this is and helping understand what this is, I'm going to explain what it means in layman's terms, because this process, the boat, the star, the ascension, leaving things behind, all of that is, this one is a dog. Is an invisible thing that occurs in our souls, unbeknownst to us. So it continues to go around this crown. And it goes around in a circle. And they're all made of light, by the way. I know I'm putting black on here to help you see it, but they're all light. There is no darkness. Everyone is invisible. And the Gospel of Philip says, if you are invisible, if you wear the invisibility cloak, the dark ones cannot see you or detain you. And so this is a place that isn't seen by the physical eyes. It's a occurrence that isn't really seen. And so this is a crown, and this crown is people. And this crown is getting on the boat, boarding this boat through this crown. And there's people that look like stars everywhere. They actually look like stars sometimes, like orbs or stars. And I don't know how I'm going to do this, but there's like literally thousands upon thousands. Let me show you one particular thousands and thousands of people. So this is a place that is illuminated like a cloud. And there's this king, and he has this bull as his crown. And he's looking as a bearded man, and he's sitting on a throne here, and he's holding a vial. And here's his throne. And there's this person, this female, that is a helper of this king. And she's at his service. And this is somebody who is a protector of children. There are many children on their laps. And animals, dogs. And there's a wizard. They're tiny. You see? And then it is very, very, very little. But you can see the thousands of people getting on this boat. It is a boat. I was thinking there wasn't a boat. It's a boat. So anyway, You have this person saying hello to you. This is your higher self. That's you. You have your eyes, you are closing your eyes to a world that you're leaving behind. It's a world of child sacrifice. It's a world where God sacrificed his own son and asked Abraham to sacrifice his son by being burned alive. It's the god Moloch, Baal. It's a place of pain and suffering. It's the cosmic turtle here. It is the it's a place that if you have not changed your body to the luminous light body, you cannot get on the boat. You will be left behind. And the boat is leaving. The star is almost fully here. The coming of the sun, the second sun. So we have 1, 2, 3. There's 2 pieces missing for this to manifest fully where we will somehow disappear and then end up somewhere else. I'm not really sure. But this place over here is a mind, and we came from someone else's mind. We came from someone else's reality. We're going to a place where we create our own world, our own heaven. And this mind is old. And as a matter of fact, this mind is just full of too much witchcraft. And there is somebody blowing a flute, and when you see somebody playing a flute, it's someone who died with a bad reputation. And so we're leaving a land that has turned into a bad reputation. Where we come from, this place where we've been living for a while, it now has a very bad reputation. And so the flute is playing. It is, we're leaving this place that is really not very friendly. And so I think that when I, initially started your piece, the scripture comes to me that says, if you don't hate your brother, your mother, your sister, even your own life, you cannot go through the eye of the needle. That's because not everyone can leave Moloch, and they don't even know that they worship a God that sacrifices children and takes their energy and lies to them. So this is a child giving up their spirit to Moloch. And we're leaving behind a very dark place. And so you're not going to be there. And it's I want to see what's in your hand. It's a castle with 3. And you're going to a place, since you have been rebirthed, you're going to a place to triple yourself. That's the threefold flame. And your higher self is, you guys have the same roses on your heads. That's why you got the rose. And just the fly is about Loki. We have to be careful of certain energies that are liars as well. But my gosh, I'd have to work on this piece for a long time to get all these people who are on the boat with you. So there's a book And we're going from one page to the other. We're going from one place to the other. I think that that me and Bobby McGee is about leaving behind Bobby McGee, leaving behind a world, leaving behind an old mind, a mind that wasn't very beneficial for children and not very hopeful for women either. And so this new land is going to be very female dominated, and it's going to be a new sun and a new place. And we won't die. According to this reading, it doesn't look like that will happen. We will just, like a thief in the night, bounce somewhere. And we will all learn to become obedient to truth and life. And I don't know what the rules are, but according to this reading, you are in the boat. You're leaving behind. You are going through the 1111 gateway. You are going through a polar shift. The egg is about you creating your own universe. But before you can create your own universe, you and your higher self have to work together in unison. So it says on the egg, it says it said El, E-L. This is the God named El. But then it changed on me. Reveal all secrets as to who your energy represents to Carolyn, please. It's like a magical world, she says. There's these magic mushrooms, and there's these fairies flying in the air. And they're like flying and there's no gravity. Oh, that's why you have E equals MC squared. It's a place that doesn't have very much gravity. And these fairies are flying in the sky. And the mushrooms are really cute. And I don't know. I mean, the fact that you are seated and your feet are down here, this is a story that you are leaving a world behind and you are going to go to a better place. And this happens metaphorically and it happens not metaphorically. So you have a dragon here, an invisible dragon, and this invisible dragon is with you. And I don't know, it looks like you've tamed your dragon. You're not fighting your dragon. This is an alchemical suggestion. There's dogs, lots of animals. All right, let's go ahead and go into depth about what this means, because some people are very confused about these allegories and what the boat means and all that. So let's go to school and listen up, children. Tommy, stop talking. Jennifer, stop putting the gum underneath your chair. Ronald, you don't need to be tying your shoes. You're not going anywhere. Time to pay attention. It's school time. We're going to find out what these allegories mean so we're not so confused. We have to know the voice of Spirit. Spirit speaks telepathically. Spirit speaks in pictures. Spirit speaks in symbology. We have to know what the rose means. We have to know what the boat means. We have to know what the trifold flame means. We have to know what the dragon means. Otherwise, this is just a picture. Yay. No, this is about an ascension in your life. This is about what to do with the energy that is in your heart and in your world and how to make it better so that you're not fighting it because you don't know what's going on. So that you're not ignorant as to what you're supposed to be doing at this time. So here we go. We'll put it this way. All right. So, to understand the rose, you need to understand, we need to understand, not you, we need to understand a few things. On this piece of paper, we're going to talk about the number 7. There are 7 seeds to life. This means many things. For instance, the story of Osiris is the story of Adam and Eve. We were cut male from female. We were cut flesh from spirit. The moon and the sun is a reflection of this. We had 2 souls. But there's also some kind of communication that we have 7 souls, or even 14. So, when Osiris's body was cut 14 times, it was divided into 2 worlds. 7 for her, 7 for him. And the name Osiris can be split into the land of Oz and the land of Iris. Iris is the goddess of the rainbow. The land of Oz is the great and mighty Wizard of Oz. And so the 7 seeds of life reflect a process of our spirit. And our spirit has to go through a growing phase like an embryo inside the womb of a mother. So when you're born in one world. You only have one soul. But then we have the ability to be born again. Shamans call it your double. Sorcerers might call it your twice-born self. An alchemist calls it the sacred geometrical double. So when you're born again, you not only shift what you look like geometrically when you were just one circle, you become twice born. So you have gone from Oz, which could be the moon, which reflects the darkness. The god of the moon was named Sin. Shame, ignorance, and narcissism. It's a dark world. That's the one we're leaving behind. To go to Iris is over the 7 colors of the rainbow, Dorothy. And Iris is the female. It's full of light. Here we were dark. Here we turned into light. But the process of getting over this rainbow right here is a long process. So we began here and we went up over a wall. So we can see that wall right here. That's the wall. If you're looking this way in, you have gone into a boat. You are in the boat. This is the boat. This is called the eye of the needle. You cannot get into the eye of the needle unless you've made yourself tiny. You must have diminished your ego. Your heart must dominate. You must hear your higher self. And you must have bloomed your spirit. So you cannot get into this boat unless you go in 2 by 2. And this boat is known as the Vesica Piscis. The Vesica Piscis is the baptism of water and the baptism of fire. It is the eye of the needle. It is the belly of the whale. It's a place where you might fight God, which is the dragon. It is also a boat. It is the Holy Grail. You emptying your Holy Grail. It is the Ankh. It is the fish. It is the all-seeing eye of God. This is the most important symbol of all times, and it is the Ark. If you get into Egyptian mythology, the Ark is a place called the Egyptian Book of Gates. It looks like a rectangle. You get in there only 2 by 2 if you've been born again. Once you get into this boat, we all live in a yellow submarine. We go in there and we go into a school. We get sorted into which school of learning we get to go into. So you may be learning from the spirit of the dragon. You may be learning from the lion. You may be learning from nature elements or the dove or something like that. So being born again means that you have gotten into the boat and you're ready to hear the voice of God and obey it. And you'll start seeing things you never saw before. But then from the doubling, you're going to triple. So now that you're in the boat, you must grow your soul even more. And this is called the threefold flame. It's the Trinity. And the threefold flame is a bird. You could see the body of the bird. The threefold flame means that you have learned to balance wisdom with power and understanding. It means that you have balanced your male and your female and spirit. So now you have married. You've balanced through this rebirth, your Adam and your Eve. But then through emotion and through life experience. But then you meet your higher self, which is your invisible double self, it's spirit. And this is you tripling your soul and becoming powerful. But there's rules now that you know that you've tripled. And some of those rules are that you have to change your diet. You have to change who you hang around with. You can't be in the old mind. You're going to a new mind, a new world. You can't think whatever you want to think. You can't allow your thoughts to be feral and uncontrolled because your mind now is becoming an oracle. You're starting to tap into the mind of God. And if you think of presidents of the United States or people who are jerks, you will be cross-contaminated by that old world and that old energy. And so you're looking back at them and you're holding the kingdom in your hand and you're aware that you're going somewhere, but the rule is don't look back. Forgive, cut that world out. So you go from Oz to Iris, and then you fly like a pretty little bluebird over the 7 colors of the rainbow. Once you get into the energy of the sun, the language of the sun is different from the language of the moon. Your heart will get downloads. And your heart is focused on formlessness, and your ego is focused on the world of the material. So everything's going to change. Religion is going to be outed. No religion anymore. Why? Because the Holy Dove is now alive within you, telling you things and helping you and leading you to your power. And you're not using your power yet. I mean, I see that you are probably do things with your hands. And your higher self is leading you. This path, this rainbow bridge from her mind to you. This is your double self. And your double self, both of y'all are waiting for the coming of the sun within you. And when you wait, you send out your raven. And your raven goes and looks for what? Your raven goes and looks for the olive branch, but can't find it. This means we have not fully stepped into a new world yet. Where is the olive branch? Well, once you double your soul and then triple your soul, you quadruple your soul. This is where the 7 seeds of life comes from. Because we are on the realm of 7. Each realm of 7, you can see it in so many ways. 7 continents, 7 seas, 7 days in a week. 7 colors to the rainbow, 7 metals, 7 musical notes. 7 heavens, 7 deadly sins, 7 wonders of the world, 7 trumpets, 7 seals, 7 spirits of God, 7 wounds of Christ, 7 chakras. And it really goes on and on. But ultimately, we bounce from 7 to 7, and your spirit will grow 7 times. Now, once your spirit quadruples, and when we say quadrupling, what does that mean? It means you have grown in knowledge. And by extension, if you take that knowledge and actually apply it with your actions, it becomes power. So if you've doubled yourself, you're more powerful. If you triple yourself, you're more than you. If you quadruple yourself, you're going to start becoming a collective consciousness. And your self that is in this body begins to diminish. And you become invisible, like these spirits everywhere. So this is the olive branch. And the dove, the invisible dove, who grabbed the olive branch, here, there's the olive branch. Now, the olive branch is also a reflection that you have gone through the baptism of water and fire. This is eternal life. You have the 8 and 8. So these are all symbols of what we've gone through. I will also say this: if you have gotten into the boat, you have left an old world. You are spiritually about 12, 13 years old. And you're going to go to a school of learning. The ark is a mansion of many rooms like Hogwarts. So think about the allegory of Jesus and Harry Potter. And so, yeah, Jesus left the Bible at 12. He was not powerful. He came back walking on water, raising the dead. The ark is a place of learning. It's a school. And every level has a different classroom. And you're going to teach in there, and you're going to learn. And you'll teach and learn and teach and learn. But we are protected in this eye. And the dark ones can no longer see us, nor detain us, nor manipulate us, nor anything. So what do we have to do with our energy now? I'm going to tell you the formula or the recipe for how to handle your soul now that you have been twice born. And it goes back to Nikola Tesla. Everything is frequency. Okay. Life begins at 70 hertz. You need to drink nothing but clean water. You should activate your water, meditate in water, thank your water, fill your water with joy. Eat foods that aren't pasteurized, processed, or imitation, especially fast food. They are mind control manipulations that slows you down and keeps you from your higher self. I would suggest eating nuts, honey, hot tea, fruit, certain vegetables that Spirit brings to you. And keep a minimal diet. Essential oils have a frequency like rose. Essential oil is 320 hertz. Frankincense is 147 hertz. You can anoint your entire home. Make your bed every day with clean sheets, white sheets preferably. You're going to go through a major cleaning because cleanliness is next to godliness, and your double self needs power, and power comes in the form of action. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Clean your house, clean your car, clean your diet, clean your relationships, clean your emotions, and clean your thoughts. Know that you will become an oracle, and you will begin to see through other people's eyes, and you may even be able to pick up on their very thoughts. Avoid death energy. Soda. Coffee is a diuretic that is so acidic that it could cause you to have a very acidic pH, and it causes dehydration. You'll want to get rid of coffee and just switch to tea with honey. Anything that's pasteurized, processed, or imitation, especially imitation food, like imitation cheese, stuff like that. You're going to want to get rid of relationships that don't realize the voice of God, or that their holy temple, which is their body, is supposed to be holy. People who cause drama, people who are ignorant, you're going to want to leave them because they follow death. And why? Because we don't fight flesh and blood. We fight principalities and powers, and many people follow death and they don't even know it. Many people follow Christ or Christ and in these religious churches and have no idea that they destroy their holy temple and through their actions hurt children and animals and follow a dark energy, all under the illusion that they follow Christ. So we have to be very careful. Your higher self will tell you who you should be around and who you shouldn't be around. So you're going to want to leave. You're not going to want to follow death. So don't watch fear-based news. Don't worry about politicians. They want to be in your consciousness so they can manipulate you on the astral realm. You don't need them in your mind or even think about you or you them. Don't sign any contracts. You should do a recapitulation every single day. Breathing techniques. But you're in the boat, so you're safe. You're in the eye of the needle. So this means that you shouldn't look back or you'll turn to stone, basically. And your dragon isn't fighting you. So that's a really good sign. You have a lot of really positive signs on you. You have the triple flame. That's huge. I don't even know if I've tripled myself or not. You have the rose. That's huge. In alchemy, that is huge. Let me read an excerpt about your double self here so that you can understand a little bit further. But why there's a baby here, I don't really know. One time, my mother came to me on the astral realm and handed my sister to me as a baby, saying, please help her. And it was during a time that my sister needed my help, and I helped her. So the baby is something about, will you please allow this person on the boat with you? And the thing is, it's not up to us, it's up to our higher self. Our higher self has the eyes of the immortal eyes and the eyes of God, and will know whether any one of these people are allowed on the boat or not. It's not up to us. So let's read about how to handle your double self here. So your double is known as your ethereal net. It's invisible. The ethereal net is the luminosity that surrounds the physical body. This web of energy gets torn to shreds during daily living. Huge portions of it become lost or entwined in other people's bands of energy. If a person loses too much vital force, he becomes ill or dies. Breathing techniques work on both the physical and ethereal levels. It repairs any damage in the ethereal net and keeps it strong and pliant. The recapitulation act is you retrieving filaments of your energy from your past, from your ethereal net, so that you can bring back yourself into full power. This power will help you remember. This power will help you to hear. This power will help you to become the voice, the hands, and the feet of God, whatever that means. Whether it's powerful or not, it doesn't matter. It will lead you to your destiny. What does the double do? Anything you want it to do. It can jump over trees or fly through the air or become large or small or take the shape of an animal. It can become aware of other people's thoughts or become a thought and hurl itself in an instant over vast distances. It can even act like you. And so when Christ presented himself to his disciples, this is a depiction of your double, you becoming your invisible self. Your consciousness goes into your invisible self. And also beware that this is called the Great Crossing. So, let me see if I can find where it says. I'm going to tell you what the Great Crossing is. Okay, it's right here. The energy of the earth is nurturing. If you become empty enough, small enough, of no pain, no polarization of belief systems, allow spirit to fill your body like a holy grail, like an empty vessel, through recapitulation, then you will have the power to succeed in the great crossing. Everything comes from the earth. The earth sustains and nourishes us, and when we die, our bodies return to it. Unless, of course, we succeed in the great crossing. You mean there's a chance that we don't die? Really? Aren't you exaggerating? We all have a chance for freedom, but it's up to each one of us to seize it and turn it into an actuality. By storing energy, we can dissolve our preconceptions about the world and the body, thus making room in our warehouse for other possibilities. A chance not to die was one of those possibilities. The best explanation of this extravagant alternative was offered by the sages of ancient China. This explanation is on the page 111. It's feasible for one's personal awareness, or what they call TIK, to link up knowingly with an all-encompassing awareness, or Tao. Then when death comes, our individual awareness is not dispersed, as in ordinary dying, but expands and unites with the greater whole. Actually, that's not what I see in these readings. I see that the purpose of birthing, or being aware of your double, being born again, is so that when you diminish and allow the mind of your eternal spiritual self to become as one, when we pass, who we are is already with that double self, and we just transform into that body that was already there. Our consciousness goes into that body. But I could be wrong about that. The recapitulation is the setting of a cocoon-like cave. Excuse me. This cocoon-like cave is the eye of the needle. And it helps you to gather and store energy. So this is not a time to be hanging out with muggles, munchkins, the Matrix people who are in La La Land. They cannot hear the Holy Spirit or their higher self or their double or whatever you want to call it. This is a cocoon time. When you're in the boat, it is a time to be teaching and learning and not allowing your energy to get dispersed and entangled in other people's lower energies, because they will pull your boat down like an anchor. It's time to get in the cocoon and birth your wings and grow your wings. We have to use this energy that we are gathering to strengthen the bond with the abstract force called the spirit. That's why you have to cultivate the garden and absorb its energy, and also the energy of the sun. The sun bestows its energy on the earth and causes things to grow. If you allow the sun's light into your body, your energy too will flourish. So I've been doing sun gazing with my eyes closed every day. What is important is that energy is transmitted, thus fulfilling the intent established beforehand. The result is sheer magic, because it appears as if it had sprung out of nowhere. So pretend you're a sunflower. Always keep your face toward the sun when you breathe. The light of the sun charges the breath with power. So be sure to take big gulps of air and completely fill your lungs. Do this 3 times. When you've practiced this breath long enough, you don't need to use your hands anymore. Touch the spot where we want the energy to go. So I did this today. I felt my back, like something was just on my back. So I faced my back toward the sun and I touched the place where I wanted the sun, and I imagined a mouth on my back breathing in the sun energy. And do you know, the pain went away? It did. And I was like, what? And the sun was like, hell yeah. And I was like, damn. You can just visualize the sun's rays oozing directly into a specific part of your body. If you want to bypass breathing through the nose or mouth altogether, you can breathe directly with your stomach or your chest or your back. You can even bring the energy up the body through the soles of your feet. So you see these people made of light? These people knew how to illuminate themselves to such a degree. And this illumination is coming from this star, Sirius C, the dog star, Emma Yah, the mother that birthed Christ consciousness, the coming of the sun, the coming of the second coming of the sun. It is an invisible energy that no one can see, and they have no clue what it is, but we know. And we know that this is you on the boat. Oh, it makes a heart right here. So this is all about love and Valentine's Day for you. Your higher self loves you. Your dragon loves you. You're so not alone. You're so in the boat. Oh my God, you're going through the threefold flame. Yes, it's a huge thing. Yes, we're leaving an old mind that I call the big jerk. But you know what? I'm so happy to be leaving it because I want to look in your eyes and I want to be automatically in love. I want you to look in my eyes and I want you to know for a fact that the only reason we love each other is because it's meant to be. Not because you're beautiful looking or a great singer or a great artist or a great powerful person, because we are all light and we become each other and our joy fills each other up with joy. And I look at you and I say, let's go play. I love you. I never met you before. Let's go play. What do you want to play? Hide and go seek? Yeah. Let's go be stupid. Let's go be serious. Let's go talk about some deep things. Let's be wrong. Let's be right. Let's not know. Let's say we don't know. We have no clue, right? And that's the new world we're going to. It's going to be a place where we don't... This world... You look into the eyes of most people and you're just like, I know you think the worst of me and I have no choice but to protect myself and pretend. Pretend to like you. Pretend that everything's okay. It's freaking not okay, all right? Everybody should be loving each other. I mean, it should be different. It should be a better world. We're all just children here. There shouldn't be such seriousness and such horrible thinking the worst of each other and all that. It's just, ugh. My daughter and I were talking about it today. We were driving through the streets of Bonifay, Florida. And I was like, you know what's just sad is that most of these people, I'm pretty sure, wouldn't understand me or anything that I believe, because all these people are so religious. They have this fence of religion around their heart. What church you go to, and have no clue that their actions are a prayer, and don't realize this great awakening. And I've suffered them for so long, and suffered these very selfish people for so long that I want nothing more than to leave it and to go to a place where I can look in the majority of everyone's eyes and see the light within them, and that same light is within me. And we love each other so much that you don't walk into a place and everyone's quiet and just darts their eyes at you. Everyone's like, hey, you're here. Hey, I don't know you. I love you and you love me. Oh, it's just all fun. It's just all good. It should have been like that to begin with. The dying on the cross is a symbol of dying before we die, dying of the programming, dying of things that we thought about ourselves and each other that were just not true. Completely not true. So this is a very, very positive read. You're like past 12 o'clock. I hope this resonated with you because when I talked to you on the phone, I didn't feel this. Like I didn't feel this adeptness from you. But according to your reading, you're actually doing quite well. Now, you are sitting down. You're not standing up. So there's something keeping you from standing. And I'm not quite sure what that is. But I am going to look at your comments right now. Why do we only see half the boat? And why don't we see any water or anything? I think that this is a symbol that you have shrunk yourself down. And your boat is huge. You're going to go to a place where a lot of people are going. Oftentimes I do readings and the boat is little and they're big and they're having a hard time getting in the boat, or the boat is huge and they're little. I'm not sure what that means yet, but I'm guessing that to go through the eye of the needle, you have to make yourself small. So if this is the eye of the needle, it looks like you've made yourself quite small. Yes, it is a floating boat. Yes. I think it's perfect for Valentine's Day because there's a heart, there's a rose, there's people from the spirit world who came to say hello to you, like a grandmother, some older woman here. You have a female and a male here. They're part of the old mind. They will not leave that old mind. I would have to say this looks like a man from Egypt, some Egyptian energy, and they will not leave it. But you are. You know, it's this chain that's chaining you to this baby and this woman. And I don't know why. We did see a rabbit. All these people down here, all these energies. See, that was the rabbit right here. They're rabbit people. This one is a rabbit that's taking names, like roll call. And you have to be tiny. All these tiny people. It's a tiny rabbit. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And so, Carolyn, we are all shrinking down like Alice in Wonderland into tiny people in order to make it to this place. And how do we make ourselves tiny? I don't really know. Maybe I do know. I'm guessing just common sense is that we stop casting our lines into other people's minds or thoughts, and we keep our thoughts to ourselves. We seek first the kingdom of God, and all the wonderful things will be added unto us, and we don't think about the kingdom of hell. And we collect power every single day, sun gazing, crystals, bath showers, salt, things like that to heal ourselves. And we avoid drama at all costs, even if it means leaving family members behind. And the more you do this, the more you listen to your higher self, the smaller you get. And the smaller you get, the less those people have. They won't be able to see you or contact you because you are no longer you. So it's not that we hate ourselves, that we're diminishing ourselves, I don't think. I think it's that we were raised in a realm or reality where we were told things and it programmed us into having sick fixations and unusual protocols. And I think this awakening helps us to realize, damn, when I'm healed, there is no difference between you and me. When we're both healed, we're just little children playing. So we go back to the littleness and we begin to speak out of the mouths of babes, and we begin to have very magical abilities because we are not putting up walls of hate, shame, and seeing the worst in each other. It's a purification process in alchemy. But yeah, you can see in my book right here, the rose is very... Oh, I wanted to show you guys this too. If you guys get a stag in your reading, I got all these books to give away for free. If you get a stag in your reading, there was no stag in this reading, I'm going to be giving it away for free. Let me show you what the stag does. This will help inspire your heart. It glows in the dark. It glows. What? And look, it has all kinds of beautiful pictures of the stag. Stags flying in the clouds. Stags with beautiful stars. Yep. So next person who gets a stag in their piece is going to get one of those. And in our alchemy book here, this is the rose. This is part of alchemy. And alchemy is about the blooming of your soul. And does your soul bloom? Yeah. What does the blooming look like? The seven seeds of life, the seven petals. Actually, it's known as the 144,000 petal. This is why you have so many people in your boat, Carolyn. The seven seeds of life and the rose, the petals of the rose equal 144,000. So the 144,000 are all these people in the boat with you. That is the symbol of the rose. So let me show you what that means in alchemy. We're going to find the rose. Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Yet some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower. And you're not only seed. You're not only seed anymore. Why? You will note that the roots are in the layer at the bottom of the flask here, and they are transforming into the flower in the upper part of the flask. The tree is often found in alchemical emblems with various symbols as its roots or in its branches, and these symbols give us clues as to what is being transformed and what it's being transformed into. So the color of the rose is important. Just so happens we have a pink rose on your piece today, and there's a rose there too. I'm looking to see if there's something else about the rose here. See, there's the roses here. So the rose is, we have to understand and identify the geometrical relationship of the rose. And from my studying of the rose, it is connected to the 144,000. And it doesn't say that here, but this is my studies from doing other readings. And so you're getting in the boat. Oh, see, there's the rose. There's the lily branch and the scepter, the crow. See the roses? These are all expressions of where we are spiritually. But I will say you are seated, and it's like you're getting ready to go, and you're just saying your last goodbyes. And your dragon isn't allowing you to get near their energy, because I'm so sorry. We love them, but they aren't them. They are part of a mind that hurt children. So they don't even know it. They will not purify themselves. They will live under the illusion that they're good people, not realizing that hurting animals or children or hurting their own physical bodies, their holy temple, is part of the mind program of keeping people in this lower realm. But we're leaving that. Thank God. Yeah, if I'm doing a reading for you and you're not in the boat, I did a reading for Andrew, I believe it was Andrew, and he was over here holding a boat in his hands, I believe, and there was someone else getting in the boat, not him. It was a story of vampires and wolves, and he was supporting the Christ who reflects the vampire, where Jesus said, "Drink my blood and live forever." And there was a dog tribe, and the wolves and the vampires don't get along. There were these actual people known as dog people. And I think that it was an allegory of, for him, like, don't think that you're less, and don't put other people before you, you know? That if Spirit is telling you to get in the boat, get in the boat. Don't worry about anybody else. But it also looks like he had moved past the boat and had found a home and was helping people get in the boat. He would have to figure that out. I gave him, a map of what I saw, and hopefully he can put the two and two together, because I would never want to say you missed the boat or anything like that, because he actually held the boat in his hand like he was the supporter of the boat, the water underneath. So if you're not in the boat and you're under the boat, then I think that you have a purpose, and your purpose is to help people get in the boat, or I don't know what. Anyway, Spirit usually gives me the words when I start doing readings. So thank you, Carolyn, for your energy, and thank you for this beautiful read. Make sure that you take a picture. I will hold it exactly where you need it, right here, so you can snap that and make it look really awesome. And let us go to a free reading. If you would like a free reading, please give me your first name and say, "Where am I spiritually?" We will find out if you are in the boat, or if you're flying, or if you are tied up, taken away and held for ransom. If you're suffering in an awful, terrible reality, we'll find out. Terry, am I tripled yet? Does my past mother say anything? What is my spirit animal? That's a lot of questions, Terry. We'll see. But Terry, make sure that you're following me if I'm going to read for you, because that is the way that you love me back. So Terry Manning, let's go ahead and put your name up here, my darling. And please follow me. And Terry, what is your mother's name? What is your mother's name, Terry? Oh, Linda. Okay. So, Terry, we're going to do a meditation where I want you to envision um, um, butterflies flying out of your heart and a rainbow coming from your heart to my heart. I am no one. I am nothing. I am the voice of the Holy Spirit. And I try to make myself as much an empty vessel as possible. Maybe I am not perfect, but I try. Hallelujah. You know the sound ah is the highest frequency sound. That's why the word hallelujah is so beautiful. I hear this word hallelujah when I connected with you. I love you so much. Thank you for loving me back, Terry. We're calling Linda forward, your mother, to see if she has anything to say to you. Please make sure to be drinking water. I'm going to take a drink of water myself. Make sure that you're hydrated. I'm going to ask your higher self, your double, to please come to my double and tell us who your spirit animal is, and to hear the voice of your mom, and to see if you're in the boat. And if you're not in the boat, then you get in trouble. Then I tell you. All right, so let's do an emerald color over your piece with stones just for fun. And we're going to jingle a bell. Ask me why I do this. I don't know why. For fun. In a little while we'll be with the Father. Can't you see the smile? In a little while we'll be home forever. In a while, can't you see something, something, something? We'll be home in just a little while. Got a ticket coming home. How would I have known what a day this has been? Na 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 na. Na 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 na. And you know me very well. It's another letter to remind me in a little while we'll be with the Father. Can't you see the smile? Do-do-do-do. There's an old Amy Grant song. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Wow. It's quite incredible, actually. So, your mom, to me, she looks young. She's giving you a kiss. But I want you to know that there's a lot going on here. And she's kissing your nose. Or your mouth, or right here, right above your mouth. And, but you have more than just your mom. There's other energies here. But I also want you to know that this was a boat before I brought anything. I don't know why you're crying. But the mom, you have a dark tear. She has a light tear. And let's see what she has to say to you. I just want you to know that that there's a lot of stuff coming forward. So I'm going to try to do this. Something about an angel, and the angel has her hands covering her face. This is usually a symbol of a spirit of grief. So, this is grief. She says, something heals. Heals. Linda. She says, normal. Norma, normal. She says, okay. So she's trying to come forward and talk to you in a language. I mean, it says, I'm with you, YOU with an exclamation mark, as if you are in a parallel world with her. And she wants you to know that she is like this world with feathers on their heads, and they're like angels. I don't know. They're like this, and there's this white horse here that goes down like this, and she is aware of children. There's children. And there's this doorway. It's like a secret place. And she's wearing a white dress. And there's other people there. They're really not allowed to cross over the river, but somehow through this art, where they're somehow able to do this. There's a man. The feeling I get, I've seen this place before. It's a place of children. It's a place of white. It's a place where, and then there's there's somebody here. She's an older woman. She's older. She is looking at a book. She is saying you were looking at photos, a picture of a photo book, a photo album here. And it says he here. You're here. Look, I've seen this on the spirit realm, and I'm so sorry to tell you this, but Linda, you're there. And I don't know how, but I've actually astral traveled and seen somebody who passed away, and there's a part of you that's there because time doesn't exist. Time doesn't exist. So according to them, you're not here. You're there. And this is you or somebody. This is like, and you're holding something. You're in your mirror phase. You don't know who you are. There's a male version of you that you were cut from, like Adam cut from Eve. Your Taurus field is being, you need to protect your head at this time. Your higher self is up here. And it has a computer around it. This is a communication. You have to protect yourself. So you're holding this umbrella. And the umbrella is a symbol of your Taurus field. Your Taurus field is your power. And your head, I'm going to tell you what the Taurus field reflects. It looks like an apple. And this is your power. But you have wings. You come from an angelic realm. And it says, I'll look and see what your spirit animal is. It says, before, you've been here before, something about before. Anyway, your higher self wants you to know that it's the big bad wolf. We have to make our house, our spiritual house, our physical body, our spirit, and our house. See, this is a house, and there's the big bad wolf, and this house is made of straw. And your spirit says, the big bad wolf is in your genes. It's the gen in your genes. And when the big bad wolf comes and blows your house down, your house has to be very strong or else it won't. And so it won't stand. So you have to feed your spirit. And this feeding of your spirit will make your spirit strong. The big bad wolf is coming, and it's going to try to blow down your house, your spiritual house. And if you make your spiritual house very strong through a myriad of ways that I often talk about in my lives, then you don't have anything to worry about. But this is something that has to be taken very seriously. So you do have another very strong energy coming forward here. It's a man. He has like an Amish hat on, And I don't know what the Amish hat really means. Mom says, well, here says you. Why? Oh, you. Exclamation mark. So it says, okay, reveal all secrets, Mom. What are you saying? She does say love you. At first she said, I can't find you. I can't remind you. And then she says, never mind. And then it's like she kept talking, and then finally it says, I love you. It's like she wanted to say something else besides I love you, but it wouldn't come forward. Your spirit animal. Let's get to that. So you have a couple of energies that are working with you as far as animals go. One is a cat that looks like the cat of Freya. So this Norse mythology goddess, this female energy, is the cat. And I don't know why, but it looks like cat in boots. Why it looks like that, I don't really know. But it's really cute. It looks to me like this cat is an energy from Freya that is teaching you not to indulge and teaching you to not take things so seriously and to be the comedian. The cat is holding the Star of David. This is a symbol of learning to balance the baptism of water and the baptism of fire, taking you through a myriad of things. The cat has a long tail and is standing up. So it's really, and it's holding a strange star that has many things like this with a circle in the center. It says week, or W-E-E-K or W-E-E-D. I don't know why that man is starting to say something, and I don't know. You have the invisible doe or stag. This means that this is where we move through the body of Christ, and you will learn to become a time traveler. Mentally, you're going to learn a lot of things about your brain that you never knew about. It's the white stag. It's invisible. This is the crystallization of spirit in the flesh. So, a reunion of many people. There's old people, they're kissing, they're reuniting, they're so happy. But the thing about it is you're already there, and they don't know. I don't know. You have the lion up here. You have this fairy-looking, pointy-nosed thing that has hair going up like this. But everybody is in like get this really strong feeling that you should not reconnect with anybody. You should not look back and worry about mom or dad or anybody. That even though that there is love there, you're already there. It says you're here. So just focus on this is what Spirit is being a little bit. So you were in the boat, but your mom, her energy was so strong, she took over your peace. And you also have a lot of other energies up here as well. So I couldn't see where you were in the boat. And I see that you're working with like a lion and a cat energy, the sun, of course. And your mind is working, but your Taurus field is being torn up, like the big bad wolf blowing down a house. So let me explain what that is really quick. Your higher self says, knock, 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 let me in, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. We got the two chins right here. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. In the beginning, we are born with something in our genes called the jinn. The jinn used to be called DJINN, and then it changed to JINN, and then it changed to jinn, and then it changed to genie in a bottle. The jinn is a smokeless vapor that was created before God was created. Our genes were manipulated, and we were cut Adam from Eve. Adam and Eve were androgynous. They had two souls, and they self-impregnated like Jesus' mother. And when our genes were manipulated, we lost our memory, and we lost many things, and we became lost, essentially. So the reason our Bible starts with genes, Genesis, and the reason human beings are called Gentile is because of something in our DNA known as the jinn. And the jinn are known as the big bad wolf. So the jinn is a big bad wolf in your genes. And the only way to make your self not dominated under mind control of the jinn wants self-importance. Or they want you to have low self-worth. They want you ignorant. And they want you under narcissistic control. They want you working 8 hours a day. And then when you die, they're going to take everything, including your land. And you are a farmed animal that slaves for beings that don't want you to realize that you do have the ability to live forever. They don't want you to know that. So we were born in the moon. The god of the moon was named Sin. And in order for us to ascend past sin, which is the moon, we have to leave the ego and the mind and go up to the heart, which is the sun. And so the story is just an old story of we have to go through the eye of the needle, through a rebirth. And we get stuck, polarized by the Lucifer. The Lucifer is the false light. Lucifer is known as the morning star. Many religions that we know today follow Lucifer because Lucifer is about spirituality or spirit, but in very strict terms, like this guy that has the Amish hat with the buckle. Sorry, I didn't do it right, but anyway. And these people say, anyone who doesn't believe as I do is going to hell, and they're just polarized. They're judgmental, they're critical, they're just polarized. And the Satanists, the people who follow Satan, are the scientists. They are about the material world, what you can see. They are about materialism and ego, right? So this world is about self-importance, wanting to be worshipped, wanting to be the great and mighty Wizard of Oz. And this person who's polarized is a person who has low self-worth. God, please love me. If I go to church every day, will you love me now? Jesus, please love me. If I become perfect and try to shake the whole entire world and I surrender, and when I become nothing, I become everything. And I begin to hear the voice of God and the voice of truth and the voice of the light and all of that. So religion, no. Science, no. But both together, yes. They both can work very well together in the center, which is the eye of the needle. But here's the clue. The gen that's in your genes will try to kill you, will try to polarize you through distraction and lies, even religious lies, so that you do not go through the eye of the needle. And the eye of the needle will help you to hear your higher self, and this higher self will tell you things, and it will put a flame on your head. This is also a flame. And when you are dominated by spirit, not the flesh, there's no condemnation for anything that you do or say. This is in the book of Romans. Because it is not by you that you speak, it's by the voice of God. And God has many flames. So there are 7 spirits of God and 7 names of God in the Bible. But outside of the Bible, God can be millions of things. A burning bush, a stag, a cat, an angel, an apple, whatever. Your Taurus field looks like an apple. The sun actually creates a Taurus field as well. It goes in and out of itself in a divine frequency that looks like the number 8, like this. So when you have become reborn and rebirth yourself, your Taurus field goes around like this, like the number 8. This is eternal life. And if you have a bite out of your apple, like the cell phone shows, then you're feeding the matrix, your louche. This is a place on your chakras that is releasing power because of something that we're doing or thinking or believing that is false. We are under mind control over here or over here. So when the big bad wolf comes, if you're over here, you have a house made of straw. And if you're over here, you may have a house made of sticks. But the center is always the house made of stone. So your Taurus field has to be activated through life energy. Your higher self needs you to do a couple of things. Number 1, technology like your cell phone, television, 5G towers emit positive ions. But your natural self is a negative ion emitter. Our body needs negative ions, a lot of it. When we get too many positive ions, our Taurus field gets entangled into other people's fields and it gets tangled up like this. Or your umbrella looks like it's been torn to shreds. Your apple, right? So what we have to do to find our balance is, one thing that you need to do is, you are a negative ion emitter because you have tears made of salt, you have sweat made of salt, and salt and heat make negative ions. So you're a natural negative ion emitter unless you eat too much sugar, or you're around too much technology, and if you don't balance your negative with your positive ions. So you need to take a salt bath every day, and you need to not eat so much carbs or sugar, and you need to treat your holy temple as your holy body, and maybe lick a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. It has over 84 minerals for you. Make sure you're hydrated so that when the big bad wolf comes, your house doesn't get blown down or torn to shreds. That's your Taurus field. This is the symbol of Dorothy. Her house was torn to shreds by the tornado, was an allegory of her Taurus field. Seek first the kingdom of God, because Dorothy sent her divine order of God, her dog. You have a cat. She sent her dog to the garden of hell, the reptilians. So don't think about reptilians, or you'll connect your energy or mind to them, and then suddenly a tornado will come and you'll shift into a world where you'll have to grow and grow and grow through it. Because how do you get rid of a jinn? You don't ever get rid of it. You actually illuminate it. So what happens with the jinn in your genes that looks like a bottle, it actually is like this, like a holy grail, is it's called illumination. So when you have rebirthed yourself from the moon to the sun, and you move through the body of the Son of God, which I see that you have with the stag, something happens where the invisible spirit that surrounds our body, the ethereal net, actually activates us in such a way that we become incredibly powerful and strong, and the jinn and the big bad wolf have no control over us, and they obey us. This is why King Solomon controlled the jinn. So the story goes that King Solomon controlled the jinn. If they didn't obey him, he would put them in bottles made of lead. Well, the story of Solomon is you will control your jinn if your soul, which is the name of the sun, is in charge of the moon, Moon. So Solomon's name is the key of Solomon. The sun must be dominating the moon. Illumination and light must shine out the darkness of the moon. All that. And you have gone through that, but I believe that the Amish man is giving up some technology. I don't know if you live in the city. I don't know what it is, but there's something about you needing to protect your head at this time, and you need to do it with frequency. How do you get away from all the frequency that's inundating our brains right now? We got 5G, we have cell towers, we have our cell phones, we have televisions, we have computers, and all of it is positive ions. Did you know that bacteria and viruses all emit positive ions? So we have to be careful about positive ions. So the best way to get rid of positive ions is to go underwater. Frequencies cannot bother you there. So every single day, take a bath, go underwater, and bloop, bloop, bloop. And you're going to put salt and heat it up and allow yourself to get a break from the positive ions, which really what it does is it messes up our torus field. So you were in the boat. The boat actually went here, down, and up. But your mother had a lot of energy and wanted to say a lot to you. So yeah, we'll just let that be that. And she says something here. She said, has my name, Moses. Sorry. She says sorry. For what? I don't know what. SORRY. Sorry. She says AE hero. Maybe she's saying that you're a hero and that she's proud of you. You have a tree man behind you. He's like a tree, and he's made of bark, and he's like a tree, and he has this leaves, and so you have some Celtic, Nordic energy here. So anyway, take a picture. I would have to say that currently, see, here's another girl, and she's also under an umbrella. This is a time of protecting our minds right now, guys. We must protect ourselves under this umbrella. She says, don't cut all contracts, all emotions leading you back to the past. Don't look into the past. She says you're meant to be an oracle. You're the number 23, but we can't look back and all that. And she has the number 64 here. 644, 6447. That would be something you would want to look up in gematria. So anyway, take a picture. I'll hold it just right for you, like right there. Okay? And just be aware that my YouTube communications and things that are sent to you are on my YouTube channel, Mary Moses Art. If you subscribe, you'll be able to see this reading again. So I believe that you are in the boat, but I believe that we all need to take our ascension and what we're doing here very, very seriously. You do have this giant bird. It looks like a phoenix. So you'll be going through the fire rebirth. And your mother says she's with you in this process of healing your Taurus field here. It's not your fault, she says. It's technology. They're messing with our brains. So protect yourself with negative ions at this time. Oh, you can go to the ocean on a hot summer day with the sun hitting the ocean, and you can receive so much negative ions. Oh my gosh. Go to the ocean if you don't live near one. And if you do live near one, just go outside and breathe that salty air and get those negative ions down your throat while you're sun gazing as well. I love you too. This is an individual and collective reading. This is for Terry. And her mother came forward and basically took away the whole arc because she had so much to say, but there was an arc there. But mommy wanted to say some stuff and took over the whole page. I gotta eat it. You gotta eat it. Mm-hmm. You're so welcome. Okay, so 6447. Mary said to leave behind what's connected to or represented by that, right? Yes. See the man with the piece of wood? This is someone building an ark or built an ark. And it's in the past. So 6447 seems to be something in the past. When the ark was being built. But she's in the ark. The ark is already built. So this is definitely a past communication. Because down here is an old world. And the old world is represented the old cow. So the cow is Gaia. We're leaving the old world. All right, babies. Well, thank you for being here. I love you so much, and thank you for loving me back. Let us close out by doing a short meditation. That is not serious. A meditation of laughing at ourselves and not taking ourselves too seriously or any of it. Just kind of trying to balance ourselves every day by breathing in frequency. You can take 963 hertz and breathe that frequency up your nose. Listen to comedy, laugh. Yes. Take a nice hot bath or a shower with salt. Make sure that you're licking a little bit of or eating a little bit of Himalayan sea salt as it has 84 minerals for you. Drink lots of water. Be careful of your diet. Sun gaze. Maybe wear a cap before you go to sleep at night. Put your cell phone in a microwave or somewhere away from you while you're sleeping. It's really important that we can hear the voice of our higher self And we have to make our foundation very strong at this time. The big bad wolf will come, and we don't want our boat or our house to tip over. And there's nothing to fear. It's just kind of like the movie Avatar. Just know that if you're running through the trees on the leaves and it's time to jump, when Spirit tells you to jump, that the leaves are going to catch you and you won't die. It will catch you and you will land on your feet and you will giggle because the mother tree, this grandmother tree or this grandfather tree is always moving through you and around you. It's when we don't listen and we get out of balance and we don't hear that voice that we become like a baby. And we get very lost. We don't know where the center is, right? So we just have to seek first the kingdom of God. And that is all frequencies that lead to joy and laughter and connection and truth and life energy, and leave all energy that leads to death. And that includes positive ions. So if we did watch too much TV or too much TikTok and we have too much phone time or too much computer time, then we just balance it out by jumping in the ocean, or we balance it out by having a nice hot bath and going underwater and recapitulating our day and taking our power back through breathing techniques. This will help to strengthen your Taurus field, the apple. And it's so funny how our Apple iPhone has a bite out of it. Is it not? It's very funny, not funny. Please don't worry. None of us should worry. All of us are in exactly where we're meant to be. We just need to focus. Stay focused on what we need to stay focused on, and that is keeping our light lit, wearing the golden crown, keeping our Holy Grail empty so Spirit can speak through us and work through us, and so that we can be a lighthouse for the lost souls, including our own selves, right? So, yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. You guys make sure to follow my moderator, Queen Karma. She does some amazing stuff with pictures that you can take a picture of your sky and she sees spirit animals up there. She does it for a very small donation. She makes crystal necklaces. She speaks the energy of the sun. Follow her, and we will see you guys again tomorrow. Let's look at our thing. I have Pamela tomorrow at 2:00. So if you would like to try having a free reading tomorrow, you can try. Otherwise, you go to forestfairy.com and you can purchase a reading. Make sure to text me right after. And you can also just be aware that I have a wait time. So my next available appointment, let me look at it so I can tell you so you'll know. My next available appointment is Friday, February 10th. So, yeah, if you feel led to get a reading. Follow me on Mary Moses Art on YouTube, and I will post this reading there probably by tomorrow or the next day. I love you so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Queen Karma. Bye, true to you. Sending loving blessings. Thank you, Terry. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye. You're welcome.